Hello everyone, I'm Lola Reyes and this is Watching and Reading. I'm here to review this Hollywood movie, Captain America, Brave New World. Let me first make an intro before I start reviewing this movie. I used to really follow this Marvel movie series. Some 5, 10 years ago, I used to follow it. So whenever they release a new one, I'd watch it. But after that Marvel movie, with Thanos and the Infinity Stones and whatnot, making half the population of the world disappear and all that, I was really, really pissed. Like that storyline, I didn't like the movie. Like personally, to me, it didn't really make any sense. So ever since that time, I stopped following Marvel series, right? So when I saw this one, Captain, I was just like, okay, you know what? Let me just watch it while away time. But anyway, so I watched this one. The thing is, I don't know. By reviewing the movie, I believe that maybe some other movies must have come out before this one, so I might not get some things. That's what I think. I don't know because I believe since that year, if there have been other movies. So forgive me if maybe I don't. I'm not really explaining some things very well. I probably must have missed something in the previous movies before this one. But anyway, let's get into this. The next president of America is Thaddeus Ross, right? And we can see that Thaddeus Ross has had a sort of relationship with the Avengers before becoming the president of America. And Thaddeus' daughter, Betty Ross, doesn't want to have a relationship with her father because of what he did to the Hulk, of which I don't know. I must have missed that. I've realized that the guy who acted the Falcon in the previous movies, I've realized now that he's now the new Captain America. And some other guy is now the Falcon. Sam Wilson is now the new Captain America. Joaquin Torres is now the new Falcon. I'm trying to remember what happened to the former Captain America. Did he grow old and die? I think I watched that last one, but I've forgotten what happened. Or maybe he just decided to step down. I can't remember. Sam is now the new Captain America, right? And there's now an upgrade to the Captain American suits. It has vibranium. Vibranium has been inserted into the suits, and also the suit can withstand more punches, I would say. New president Ross. Ross invites Captain America, Joaquin, and another guy, Isaiah Bradley. He invites them to the White House, saying that there's something that he wants to discuss with them and all. They go and he speaks to Sam. He speaks to Captain America privately, and he tells Captain America that he wants Captain America to start up the Avengers team again. So Captain America goes to tell Joaquin and Isaiah that this is what Ross had said, and Isaiah doesn't trust Ross. He's saying Ross is up to something for him to tell Cap to start up the Avengers again. Anyway, so there's this big announcement that the president wants to make, and everybody is seated in this particular room, and then the president is making the announcement. So the president says that America just discovered a mass underwater, and the mass is named
Adamantium.
and I'm like, okay, vibranium, adamantium. Okay. We've also discovered that adamantium has more usage, more energy than vibranium. It was discovered in the Indian Ocean. So while the president is still making this announcement, right? This song is playing in the background, the Mr. Blue song. And all of a sudden, Isaiah just gets up from his seat and shoots towards the direction of the president. And there's chaos everywhere. Isaiah actually misses, he doesn't kill the president, and he just runs out of the White House, running with all his strength and everything. So Captain America is running after him. The security team of the president, they are running after him. So they catch up with him. He just stops running anyway, and then they catch up with him. And he starts asking them, like, what happened? That was when Captain America realized that something had happened to Isaiah. So he just told Isaiah to cooperate and allow the security team of the president to, take him in. And he's going to find out what happened. Isaiah is arrested, and later on, Cap goes to see Isaiah in the cell, right? So he asks Isaiah what he remembers, and Isaiah says the last thing he remembers was the discussion Cap had told him that the president said they should start up the Avengers again. Like that was the last part that he remembered, and the next thing he saw himself outside. So this is how Captain America knows that something went wrong. So they did a lot of investigation and whatnot, and then they realized that there was a point at which Isaiah looked at his phone, and the light flashed from the phone into his eyes. So that's how they knew, okay, like there was probably some sort of mind control going on that Isaiah had been infected with. The investigation leads them to Camp Echo 1, where they go and then they meet Samuel Stearns. So this Samuel Stearns actually has green skin. It's not Marvel if the person doesn't have a disgusting skin color, right? I don't even understand what is going on with his head. The brain part of his head, I don't even know how to describe it. He just has this funny look. I realize that he's sort of like a mad professor, and he has done all this work and all this research, and he's able to control people's minds subconsciously. And they've realized that that Mr. Blue song is what he uses to trigger, to make people to do what he wants them to do. So we see that it's not only Isaiah that is the person that um, is being controlled subconsciously. There are other people as well. Captain America also discovers that Isaiah actually produces this medication that President Ross uses. So he goes back to ask President Ross like why he's using that medication. And President Ross says he was actually supposed to die some time ago. His heart failed. So thanks to Stens had given him the medication, and that's what is making him to continue to live. But the issue now is the Stens had gotten gamma poisoning, and the effect of the gamma poisoning is that it will make sense to do extraordinary calculations. So before Ross became the president, Ross was supposed to remove the gamma poisoning from Stens. But Ross didn't do that. Instead, he used Stens to make superficial weapons and ended up locking Stens up in Camp Echo 1. Then Ross then promised Stens that he will release Stens from that place when he becomes the president. And now Ross is the president and he abandons Stens in Camp Echo 1. So Stens then gets Sidewinder to steal adamantium from Japan and place it in the Indian Ocean where Ross is going to find it. And then Ross then claims adamantium as America's own, as what America found. And so Stens did all this just so that there can be a war between America and Japan. Right. And again, there's also something superficial about the medication that the president is taking, that Stens is giving him. So I'd just like to end the review here. I don't want to say everything that happened. If you're a fan of comics, right? If you're a fan of Marvel and superheroes and all this stuff, you'll really enjoy this one as well. At least to me, I actually enjoyed this one. This one actually, it was a good one. Like coming from the last one that I watched that I didn't enjoy, like this was a very, very good one. There was a lot of improvement. Like the storyline, I enjoyed it. You were able to carry me along. The acting was just wonderful and everything. And of course, it's going to have a continuation. So I can't wait for the continuation of this particular Captain America movie. I recommend it to you guys. You guys can watch it to relax. I'll stop the review here. And that's that for this one. See you in the next one. Bye.